All right, today isn't just a house tour. It's about a cheat code to get a waterfront home that 90% of buyers do not know about. Today, we're gonna be talking about the 4 things that blew me away about this waterfront home on 100 foot of waterfront on the Intracoastal in Bethune Beach with wonderful views and a great location. If you're new to the channel, you want to learn everything there is to know about living in New Smyrna Beach and surrounding areas, and you have come to the right place. My name is Matt Ekoff. I'm a local real estate expert, and my wife, Rachel Ekoff, beautiful wife, Rachel Ekoff, is here with me today. We're here to explain everything for the best neighborhoods for the hottest spots around town. Listen, we get phone calls, emails, text messages, and Zoom invites every day for people just like you wanting to move to the beach, this beach. So whether that be 2 days, 20 days, or 200 days, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to help you move to the beach. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you get all the updates and notifications about New Smyrna Beach, Ormond Beach, Daytona Beach, Ponce Inlet, Port Orange, and Edgewater.
All right, we're gonna do a quick walkthrough of the house. We are on over 100 feet of waterfront property here. And this house is coming in at just under $2 million. So this is a great buy if you need the space and you're looking for maybe something that you want to make your own. You want to put your own touches on this and you want to maybe do some renovations or things, because we are at a little bit. So over here, there are accesses to each level of the home through the outside. So you can get to it through the outside, each level, and you can also access each level through the inside. This would be great for maybe like a mother-in-law suite because it only has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom downstairs, but it does also have a kitchenette. All right, we are heading up to level 2. 2 and 3 are identical to each other as far as layout goes. So you've got your living room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and then a primary bedroom, bathroom to this side. And there's also laundry on each floor, which I found really interesting. Again, you have your wraparound view porch from level 2. And we're gonna go quickly upstairs and see the 3rd level. All right, again, like I said, identical layout. You've got your kitchen, your living room, wraparound view porches. You've got a primary, second bedroom up here with its own bathroom, and again, another laundry room. So if you have different people staying at this home or you have multi-generational, this is perfect and ideal for that.
As we're walking around and you're looking at the thing, I want you to understand this isn't a fully renovated place. This is going to take, a couple $100,000 to make this what you want it. Movable right now, but you're going to be living in the 1980s if you move into it right now. So 4 things that blew us away had nothing to do with the interior and the design and the fixtures, but more about the locations and the other things that this place has to offer.
Number 4, which we are going to say, is the views. We are in Bethune Beach, and this rooftop terrace of this house has incredible views of intracoastal water and also the ocean water. So behind me, you can see that we're on intracoastal. There's our own dock. So many things are up here. If you are a wildlife enthusiast or you just want to come up here and relax, the views up here are amazing. Look, I can even see the ocean from this rooftop terrace. To the left of me is also the Canaveral Seashore State Park. And that's where they will launch the rockets and stuff from that are over at SpaceX. So I can't imagine what the views are like at night if you wanted to do spaceship launch parties or something like that. I'm sure it's just incredible. But number 4, definitely the views.
All right, so number 3 on the 4 things that blew me away about this house is the multi-use. We're in the 3rd floor of a 5 bedroom, 5 bath, 4,250 square foot home in Bethune Beach. That is a freaking huge home. So we have 3 levels that have 3 different, entirely different living levels. So you could be a small families, large families, retirees. You could have long-term renters because you could have the main living upstairs while you have a long-term renter downstairs, or even on the 2nd and 3rd floor, because there are private entrances through the stairwell here and through the stairwell up front. Short-term rentals like wedding parties and fish camps. I mean, you have a great dock out here with access to deep water and to intracoastal. So you could do fish camps, for a week. We could do wedding venues. You could do multiple families at a time where you have, 2 or 3 different families, because again, you have 3 different levels, 3 different floors, and all of them have bedrooms and bathrooms. And the ocean is just 250 yards away, so you can walk to beach access while you have intracoastal access. And it is safe for families because you're on a cul-de-sac. So And the last and one thing that is really big in New Smyrna Beach out of the multi-use is this is multi-generational. See, I just helped them. They're a multi-generational family that were moving from Salt Lake City area and down here, and they needed some space that they could have private sections of the house, but still live together and still be comfortable together, comfortable with their own spaces, but comfortable being close to each other. So this is definitely a great place for multi-generational as well. So again, the multi-use of this property with the square footage and the size, again, 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 4,250 square foot. This is easily number 3 of the 4 things that blew us away about this house.
All right, we are at number 2 on our list of things that blew us away about this house, and that is location. We are in Bethune Beach, so we're at the southern end of the island. You're going to be about 6 miles away from Flagler and 7 miles away from Canal Street. So you're still fairly close to all of the activities that New Smyrna Beach has to offer. But we're set back enough that you're still in this really quiet, tranquil area of Bethune, which is what Bethune is known for. And another great factor about this home, considering its location, is that you're right here on a cul-de-sac, so you're not going to have that drive-through traffic that some of the rest of the island gets during the busier times, like during festivals or holidays. And another interesting fact is that we are only 200 yards away from the ocean. So you've got your intracoastal water that you are living on here. You can do boating, kayaking, or paddleboarding out here. But then if you feel like it, you just get to walk across the street to the beach. And that is why the location for us is coming in at number 2.
Number 1 reason though, number 1 thing that blew me away about this is that the owner is offering seller finance. Now, what does seller finance mean? I did a lot of research before coming over when I saw this property, and approximately 90% of buyers don't even know what seller financing options are. And in fact, only 1.04% of sellers actually list their property as a seller financing option. So this is phenomenal. I would say about 70 to 75% of our audience are buyers, and about 20 to 25% of our audience are sellers. So I get listings from my videos, but I get majority buyers. So let's talk about and break this down for just a minute, why this is important to sellers. Well, sellers, if you don't need all the money up front to buy something else, you put yourself in that 1% category of sellers that are offering something unique, which is the seller financing option. It allows somebody not to put as much money down. You hold the note, you're fully protected, and the buyer is paying some interest only, but they're able to save some money on the long run too. So you make yourself unique, and in a buyer's market, that's super important because we are in a buyer's market right now. We're in November of 2025, and it's definitely a buyer's market because we have so much inventory. So you're making yourself unique by offering this. For a purchaser, for a buyer, which is 70 to 75% of you guys, this is a huge benefit because you don't have to put so much money down. You don't have to worry about interest rates and what they are, and you have some flexibility in your options. So let's break this down for just a second. This home that we just looked at today was $1,988,000. Now, I ran some numbers on a seller financing scenario, and so let's run through this real quick. So the purchase price of $1,988,000 with a down payment of $500,000 and an interest-only rate. This is what sellers can do. They can offer interest-only rates, and they're usually way lower than regular. I have a house that's doing the same thing right now, and so I use the exact same scenario that she's using. She's using 3.5% interest-only rate to a monthly payment and a balloon term, which means that you owe the remaining balance by this date. So I'm just setting up 6 years, but you can do that at 6 years. You can do that anytime sooner. So if in the next 2 years, interest rates drop down back to 3% or 3.25%, then obviously the benefit for you to pay off that balloon payment or get it refinanced through the bank at a lower interest. So the balloon doesn't mean that you have to come out of cash the remaining balance. It just means that you have to pay off that balance, okay, whether that's by refinance or by cash. So running through these numbers really quick, a monthly payment on a $1,988,000 home would be $4,340 a month. That is crazy. On a regular 30-year fixed mortgage at a 6.5%, that would only buy you a $710,000 home. So instead, you buy yourself a $1,988,000 home with 100 foot of waterfront in a great location with unbelievable views for the same price that you could buy a regular single family home at 6.5% interest for a 30-year note with 20% down for $710,000. That is crazy. What you would do in this scenario that I was talking about, you would put $500,000 down on the $1,988,000. You had that monthly payment of $4,340 a month, and then your balloon period would be 6 years or sooner. So you have all the way up to 6 years to pay that or anytime sooner. So again, when interest rates drop, you can refinance and you can mortgage it and then pay off that balance to that seller. This is something that not very many sellers do. And in fact, I think it's extremely unique and it's very important to do. And again, I have a client that's offering the same exact thing. And we have a plethora of buyers because we just changed to interest only. In fact, so much so that we're negotiating our interest terms right now because we started our interest terms so low. So the number one reason, easy, why this place blew me away was the fact that the sellers were smart enough to offer owner finance. This is something complicated. I can't explain it in the 60 to 90 seconds that I just spent doing this, but if you have some info or want to know some info, comment below, let me know. Just say something simple. I don't know, write seller financing below and I'll reach back out to you. Just something super simple, and I can give you this breakdown and these numbers, but this is something that not a lot of people are taking advantage of, but it's something pretty amazing.
All right, we just toured an incredible property that had 4 things that blew us away. We saw beautiful views. It has an amazing location in Bethune Beach. It's a multi-family use property, and also the big one, it is seller finance. So if you have any other questions about seller financing, please reach out to Matt. He can give you all the details, so you can put that below in the comments. And also, we thank you so much for being here on this channel. If you have any other questions, please like, subscribe, get all of the information on living in New Smyrna Beach, and we will see you next time.